Hey, welcome to Two Bros Music Podcast, episode 13. Joe meets the Baba Yaga. Hey, welcome back. For the two of you that are listening, I'm Joe,
and I'm Adam, and this is the Two Bros Podcast.
Yeah,
music podcast.
Music. Yeah, we got to add that. Well, we were gonna change the name, but we got to still think about that.
Yeah.
Maybe when we do this, because we're almost there. We were gonna try to do it tonight, do that live stream, but we don't have it quite hooked up yet.
Yeah, something's not working. We're having technical difficulties.
Yeah, so we're back to just the audio.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and I guess that makes sense. And then when we get the cameras working and everything, we'll give it a new name, and then you can see our ugly mugs.
Yeah, because then I've been labeling all these season 1, so we'll switch it to season 2 when we get the live cameras going.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That'd be a good point. So we got a good show today. We got the Turn It Up. We got some news, and we got my introduction to Baba Yaga.
Yeah, the Baba Yaga is kind of like a idea I talked about in the last podcast. Maybe suggesting newer metal bands to Joe that he might not know, and see what he thinks of them. Give him a review. So. This one is Slaughter to Prevail, and the song is the Baba Yaga.
Yeah. So we're going to cover that later, though, right?
Yeah, I guess. What do you want to get into first?
You wanted to do the news?
I thought we were going to do
the news. You wanted to turn it up? I don't know. We're so fucked up.
Well, what we've been doing is turn it up's last, so we should do the news probably before it, but whatever. I don't care.
So news.
Okay, we'll do news. What the hell did we talk about?
We're all fucked up.
Music news. Jackass.
And we just talked right before we started. Okay, we're going to do it this way.
And then show meeting. We talked about all this.
Well, we did say news, right?
No.
We said turn it up.
No, we did mention maybe turn it up. Dude, I think you need to find some stuff for that. You need the Prelevit or whatever, that shit for your brain. Cause damn, Joe, you're losing it. Yeah, we talked about the news segment like last week with the Scorpions. There was a news thing in there. And then we did turn up a Scorpion, so it would have made sense to go into it. So we should probably do the news right before Turn It Up.
So we moved Turn It Up to, we're not doing the last. So.
Okay.
Right? Because
I don't care what we do, but like the way we're doing it, we shouldn't do the news separated from it. But if we're going to do it first, then we'll do it for, I don't know.
Yeah, so, you're not saying to do Turn It Up first. So if you want to do the news with it.
Whatever we're going to talk about, that's what I thought we agreed upon. Whatever we talk about for the topic for that week, and then news, and then Turn It Up. But
okay, so then you want to do Baba Yaga.
Kind of, yeah. That's kind of where I hoped it to. All
right, well, let's just fucking do that. But we don't have a little theme for it, so.
No, because it's kind of we're trying out a new thing here. See if people like it, or if it causes some good banter.
It's basically my reaction to these bands.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if you ever watch one of those YouTube videos, like I was telling him, it's kind of like people's reaction. Like they'll get like hip hop artists listening to like Slayer song, and then they get the reaction. So it's kind of since I'm old, he wants to get like my reaction to these fucking guys. The only thing is, there's got to be a way where we can play like clips of their shit, so people know in the show. I don't know. We'll try to figure that out too. Because I see other like YouTube videos when the guys are they're playing the shit, the copyright.
YouTube, if you do that, I think you could do it, but then you get demonetized. And then it also depends on the artist or the label. Labels might have your shit taken down. If they don't care, they'll let you play it, but you're demonetized. Any money you make goes to the label.
Yeah, but we ain't making shit on them anyway.
Yeah, we ain't making shit. That's why you see those guys playing that stuff.
So we should probably just do that then. Fuck it. At least for now, you know. Then if we get sued, we can make a episode of that. But, I don't, because we're not like copywriting and stealing their shit. We're just talking about it.
Yeah, no. So any money earned would go to them, but we're not even getting commercials right now.
Yeah, they can have our pennies if we get any.
There's no views. Nobody's listening.
Yeah.
We're just doing this to do this.
Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, okay. So, well, this is the first one anyway, so it's kind of fucked up. Okay, we don't have a little theme song for it and shit. So, but yeah, so we'll just. I don't know. I wanted fucking an intro or something, but.
Well, we didn't have that.
What the fuck you gonna do?
Song right now.
Yeah.
Couldn't do.
Yeah, because otherwise I'd had shit teed up. So we could just like listen to them and then get my reaction. So next time we're going to do it because we're not making no money on this podcast right now anyway. So fuck them. I mean, because like you say, we're not stealing their shit. We're just talking about. We're like reviewing it, and we're not going to play like their whole fucking album. We're just going to play clips, you know.
And if anything, it's just like it's promotional for them.
Yeah, we're bringing them out since we got such a big audience. We're helping them out. But so okay, I listened to the one. Okay, first what fucked me up with them is okay. They got that cryptic fucking writing for their band name.
Yeah.
So like on the videos when I looked them up, like I found them because I just searched the Baba Yaga, right? And I thought that was the fucking band name. I thought they named themselves because what Baba Yaga is an old Slavic. Folklore of a wood witch, right?
Yeah.
And she lives in like this little hovel house, and it's got chicken legs that moves around and shit. I went and read the background of that, right?
Yeah.
So it was interesting. I was like, because I like that kind of shit. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. So I found them. So I'm like, so then I seen Slaughter to Prevail. So I was like, is that their fucking name or is that the name of the song? And their band name is Baba. I couldn't figure that out for the first fucking day or two.
Didn't I texted to you the band Slaughter to Prevail.
No, you just say you text me Baba Yaga, and I just searched Baba Yaga, and then that's when I got the folklore of her came up too, because it had the band, the video, and then it had like there was some YouTube stories on the folklore, which was cool because I watched those too. Yeah, so this video they had the one thing is everybody tries to outdo themselves. This I think they're really good lads. They just need some direction. Because they have these severed heads, and obviously you can see they're just like mannequins or whatever. They're plastic heads, and they got like arms, and they're sitting at the dinner table, and they're like eating the arm or the leg, like they're feasting, and then they're covered in blood. It's like that's what I mean. All these bands they like gotta outdo each other. So
it's that same shit though. Like when we were coming up, it's just they're young. They're 20-somethings, and they're doing the old cliches, and they don't realize they're just doing the same shit.
But their shit's a hell of a lot heavier. We were coming up because what's funny is when I was looking through their shit, one of the lead singer Alex Terrible, that's what he's called.
Yeah,
he had a couple of videos because he has his own channel too, so he started coming up. So I was checking out some of his shit. He has like this little blooper videos, like, when they're behind the scenes making videos and shit. And there was this one funny part. I don't know if you've seen it. It's like an 8-minute video. And he comes home, like he's dressed normal, like in street clothes and shit. And he comes home and he's like yelling for his mom. He's like, "Mama, Mama." He comes in the door. So I guess he's like visiting his mom. And like she don't answer. So he's like, "Mama, Mama." And then like the third time he goes in that demonic voice, "Mama." So that was fucking funny. And then I seen another video about their drummer, because I'm a drummer, so I love that. And they basically broke down his drums, and he's doing all kinds of shit in the drums, which is awesome. But they just kind of remind me of basically the old grindcore. They have like that feel with what we used to call the Cookie Monster rock because of the singer.
Yeah.
You know, Cookie.
Yeah.
So that's basically, but they're just a new band, a new young band, like you said. So
yeah, and then the name, I understand what yours because you can't read it. That's all inspired from like Norwegian black metal.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, back in the 90s, they'd fucking Mayhem and all those fucking bands where you can't read the fucking name.
Yeah, you can't read the name. What the fuck does that name say?
Yeah. So, yeah, they're just, that's inspired by that. And then they're Russian. So there's a whole
yeah, so everything was in Russian. But then when I started looking at more of their videos, then some other, videos came up that said, here's the lyrics in English. And I was like, all right, let me read. Okay, now let me go back and hear the song with the so I can read the lyrics, what they are.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, these guys are good. They just need to get laid. I mean, get some of that angst out there, that young male angst out. Release that shit instead of cutting up fucking. The other one was cool in that video is he's like hugging a bear. Because I guess they wanted to get like the bears tearing people up too, and they're right there with them. But then in the video of the Alex Terrible video that I watched, the bloopers, they showed him. They were trying to get the bear set up like he's a circus bear, and so they were having crack ups with that, which was funny. So
they it's the same shit we were doing. Like your 20s, going into the pit, coming out fucking all sweaty and bloody, and it's the same shit over and over. It's just
it's just like the new generation doing it.
It's the new generation. It's down tuned. It's way lower than when anything was being played like in the 90s. I mean, other bands tune low, but everything's just lower and heavier, 7 strings, and So it's I don't know. It's grown on me. I like it. I like it because I hear it on Sirius. And
and I mean, I listened to some of their other videos or their other songs. So, it was like, it has the same basic, shit. It's them.
Yeah.
So, I liked it. I mean, the drummer I love.
Yeah.
Especially that one video I came across where the other drummer was like, analyzing him and shit. And then, because he would slow shit down so you can see what he was doing. So, he's got those fucking blast beats on fucking high. And then he's doing the technique that I'm trying to learn right now is a heel to toe. And that's basically where instead of hitting, there's the one that I've been doing. It's like the typical one is the scissor, where you got your both legs and you're just hitting like single beats, but you're trying to hit them fast. And then what happens is if you hold your feet steady, your rhythm starts to kind of go out when you're going that fast. So the technique for scissor is like on your right foot, your main foot, or if you're left-footed, that main foot you swivel back and forth, or not scissors, it's swivel technique. So you're swiveling that, so it kind of moves the balance. It makes it more even, so you don't really lose that fucking beat. But the new one that I came across on watching all these YouTube videos is the heel to toe. So you're basically doing like a double stroke on each foot. So when you go down, like on the swivel, it would be one hit. With the heel to toe, you're doing 2 hits. And then with the other foot, then you come down, you do 2 hits. So you're doing like 4 strokes. So it makes like the 16ths a lot easier to do. And that's how you get them. To me, you get them faster than just doing it 1 2 1 2. You're doing 1 2 or 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a.
Well, you know what? That now like a long time ago, I think you had talked about it, but they have those pedals that they have 4 beaters.
Yeah.
So your downbeat, your backbeat on both feet. So you can just fly. And I've seen those at NAMM.
Yeah. I had that idea way back, remember? I was like, there's got to be a way to fucking hook it up like that. And somebody did it. I've seen it. Yeah. No, I've seen the video of those on, and they were at the NAMM show, but I seen the little demo on YouTube. Yeah.
These things are fucking crazy, but it's, and if you don't use that, use those like techniques that you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I figured you like too, is like the drumming is fucking sick. There's the music, they're fucking sick musicians. And then you hear the Gojira slide.
Yeah, I heard that in there. I was like, oh, there's his shit again. That's
that shit. You didn't. I knew you didn't know what it was when I first did it. Like, what the
and then everything, like, you know how you get shit digital. Sometimes digital's fucked up, so it'll sound like that. Like, it'll just sound odd. Like, what the fuck is, like, it's an artifact in there. And that's why I was asking you, and then you're like, no, it's a technique that they use now. So I was like, but yeah, I seen it in the gonorrhea, and now this one. I'm old, fucking.
Maybe we're doing gonorrhea next.
Well, I've seen them. I've watched some videos of them. I watched that latest one of the Sphinx or whatever.
Amazonia.
That was pretty good. I mean, I like that. But those guys don't look hardcore at all. They look
no, but they are. I mean, their shit's heavy. I don't know if this is their first album, but no, I don't think it was their first one. But Toxic Garbage Island. Yeah. That song, that album was produced by Logan Mader. So when he left Machine Head, he went down to Southern California. Uh-huh. He's in a band now called Once Human, and then he started producing bands, like recording and stuff. So he produced a Gojira album.
Oh, did he? That's cool.
Yeah. And Gojira's, they're great. I've seen them like back like in the early to mid 2000s, early to mid, somewhere in there. Yeah. I'd go see like In Flames at the Warfield, or I forget the different shows we went to. And like 2 or 3 times Gojira was on those bills. So I've seen them a few times before before they were even really blown up. Huh. Now they're getting big. They have some good stuff. I like their music.
Yeah, because their appearance, I mean, they just look like a grunge band, kind of. You wouldn't think that music comes out of them, when you see them, and then they start playing. It's like, oh, yeah, they're heavy, fuck.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I guess that's your thoughts on Slaughter to Prevail, the Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga. Yeah, and then the other thing I was thinking of is, like, I texted to you earlier when you did up the artwork for the episode. And you had the title Joe Meets Baba Yaga. I was thinking back in the day when I had my bad guy persona, that would have been the bad guy meets Baba Yaga. Fuck it.
Yeah, no, that would have been a good one. But I don't know if you noticed in the artwork on this week's show, I got that old witch in the corner, her hut with the chicken legs.
With the chicken legs, I seen that.
And there's the singer. I kind of melded him into that picture.
Yeah. Alex Terrible. So, and then watching them, you know how more shit pops up, similar shit pops up on your YouTube.
Yeah,
I found this other band. I don't know if you ever heard of, and they're fucking. That singer just goes because like Alex fucking sings, and then he'll sing kind of like Phil Anselmo. He'll sing kind of a little normal. And then he goes back the guttural
What's it do, boy, when you want to fuck with me?
Yeah. Well, I came across this other band where the motherfucker just the whole fucking song, and then they had another video that shows the lyrics for that song, and I'm like, there's no way he's saying this shit. I don't know what the lyrics say, because all you hear is. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, but that's the same shit as like Cannibal Corpse and back in the day with that stuff, and Well,
that's when that kind of shit started coming. That grindcore. Because they started doing the blast beats, and then and now it's just been
the Cookie
developed.
Monster.
Yeah, and then the Cookie.
But this is the modern Cookie Monster is deeper. It's not that old. This is more like it's like guttural. It's a little different, but it's the modern day take on that.
But yeah, that's where that shit came. I mean, where it came from. Yeah, everything comes from something. But then the other thing is these guys, Alec. Well, I guess it was his band before Slaughter to Prevail, but it sounds like the same band, right? The guys are all Russian. They all look the same. I mean, they all Russians look the same. Yeah. So he's got his other band. I forgot what it's called, but I saved the video. I'll send it to you after so you can check it out. And they do Master of Puppets. They do a remake. A cover.
Oh, okay. They cover it.
And they blow Lars out the fucking water what the drummer does. Because he's doing blast beats on Master of Puppets. And it just makes it sound like, holy shit, Master of Puppets was kind of lame,
Well, yeah, I mean Yeah, if you go back and look at it now, but nobody was really playing. Like, dude, seriously, that's the one thing that blows me away nowadays with these new artists. Like, okay, your example of Master of Puppets is like, who was really playing like that? Now I can name probably 4 or 5 drummers that would smoke a lot of the fucking 80s drummers.
Yeah.
But it's all, like you said, it comes from something that before it.
Yeah.
And like, there's all these fucking YouTube guitarists that fucking shred. Yeah. Like, they probably out-shred Eddie Van Halen. Yeah. But Eddie Van Halen was like the first guy to give all these techniques, the finger tapping and all that shit. Yeah. But that gave way to now these fucking 8-string guys, 7-string guys that are playing the guitars, and they're not even picking. They're just using their fingers and hammer-ons. Yeah, they took that technique and then ran away with it. Like one of my favorite, who was a YouTube guitarist, and then he went on to play Vela Maya, couple other bands. Right now, he's in All That Remains, is a guy named Jason Richardson. Yeah, that freaking kid is phenomenal. His playing is sick as hell. So it's like, yeah, it all stands on the shoulders of the last generation, Yeah. And it's amazing to watch. It's some of the same shit and the same, themes, because that stuff, it sells. It's what the young get, fired up about. We were there too. Yeah. I used to get fired up about this shit.
Well, and it's even because you can figure like Slipknot, that kind of, they came along a little after, so they developed it more. But they were kind of doing that shit with the blast beats and shit. And then, So, but yeah, this shit compared to that even makes like Slipknot sound kind of old now, Oh
yeah, it's just because they go, well, they're doing that, we got to step it up, and then when you're younger and hungry, you start playing as fast as you can play, Yeah. As you get older, you're like, hey, maybe we can slow this one down.
I ain't fucking doing that no more.
I ain't doing that. It's too fucking fast. Yeah, like I have songs that I wrote years ago that I'm like, how the fuck did I pick that? It's like all down picking, fucking hella fast. I'm like, I can't even play that fast now. Like,
I can't even feel my toes anymore.
Like, fuck yeah, toes, what the hell?
Got diabetes. So
the diabetes.
So yeah, so I mean that's you were like, oh, you're probably gonna get freaked. No, I didn't get freaked.
Well,
and then, I mean, like you can tell their props are fucking fake. I mean,
it's all props and all fake. Well, no, the reason I said that is because in the other one I wanted to give you was Spirit Box. Is another band. They're blowing up right now. Their first album came out last year, and they came up on my feed. Like the first video I ever saw from them was last summer, and it was called Holy Roller. So I was thinking, if I send you, that's why I asked you too. Do you want me to just send you one, or you want to do like 3? Yeah. And then you go over them? Because the next one is going to be Holy Roller by Spirit Box. That's what I thought you might get all like, what the fuck? Are you all getting demonic on me? Because, dude, what really, the video for Holy Roller is really creepy, but it's low budget. They did this with like no budget. Yeah. It's hella clever how they did it. And I'm like, wow. That, they made a little bit go a long way. Yeah. And no special effects or anything. But I watched that video, I'm like, that kind of creeps me out. I like it. So, no, that's why I asked you that shit, because I'm like, oh, then I give you the Baba Yaga there, and they got the heads on the table, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Just don't want to weird you out.
Yeah, but they had the bear.
They had the bear.
I wanted to see the bear take his head off. Get pissed off.
That's like the dude out here that was running for governor to beat Gavin Newsom, and he's going around with a fucking bear. And then everybody's like, "That's cruelty with the bear." And he put the bear away. He just stopped bringing the bear with him.
Yeah. So you just got a guy with a bear.
California's got bears too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fucking funny. So, all right. So, yeah, get laid, guys. But I'm sure they're getting laid now because they're all over YouTube and they.
Oh yeah, and they're. I'm sure they're doing fine.
Yeah.
That's just the era you do. We were totally, when we're talking about our stories that go into shows, we weren't getting laid either. Because we were listening to heavy shit and getting in mosh pits and fighting. It's like, most girls want to stay away from that.
So, and the ones that didn't would kick your ass. So,
yeah, there's something not right in the head.
So, all right. So now what do we got? We got. You want to get into the news before we get into?
I guess. Yeah, let's go news because turn up. I think this one will be a little bit longer than normal.
Okay, you're hoping.
Well,
no, it should be.
They're big part.
Music news. So, all right. Well, let's start off. You got any stories?
Yeah, let's go with. Well, the first one I got. Let's go. Sean Cran. He said it. I always pronounce his name wrong. Clown, basically from Slipknot, tore his bicep, the tendon on his bicep.
Oh, yeah.
So he's going to be out a few shows. I guess they're lined up to play Rockville. Big concert going on this weekend, and I guess he has to bow out. Yeah. So yeah, they anybody that's ever seen Slipknot, they're a very physical band. I mean, granted, they're not doing the shit they were doing 20 years ago. Like, I remember the first time I saw them was at the Warfield, and they had these stacks. They're playing, like, the second stage, and speakers up 20 feet, 25 feet. And one of those dudes climbed up on top of that shit, jumped into the crowd.
Damn.
It's like, holy shit. I'm like, I see that, and I go, yeah, I'm trying to be in a band, but I'm never going to do that. Because I know me, the crowd would find a way to park.
You got to have faith.
They ain't catching my fat ass. Hell no. I ain't doing that. So yeah, I don't know. And they're very physical, run around, swinging shit, running into each other. So yeah, he hurt himself, and he's down for talent. And one thing about Clown, like most people don't know, he's a big part of like writing the band. I think he's one of the founders.
Oh yeah.
So he does a lot of writing. It's not just Mick and Jim and Corey. Yeah, Clown does a lot of writing too. So he's a big part of that band, even though he just beats on a keg.
Yeah, when I've seen videos of them, I just see a bunch of them jumping around. I was like,
yeah.
There's really like 4 guys playing music, and then the other guys just jumping around. Because don't they got like 8 guys in that band? Yeah,
there's like I forget the exact number, but you got Mick Thompson, Jim Root guitars, Corey Taylor singer,
Weinberg.
Sean Clown. He just beats on kegs. And of course you got the drummer Weinberg. I want to say Max, but that's his dad, Jay Weinberg.
Yeah.
But then you got a DJ guy. I forget his name. And then there's one more guy beating on and a bass player. Forget the bass player's name.
New State.
Yeah, but a couple of them with Clowns, one of them that just beat on percussions,
Yeah.
It's kind of a take on the old Sepultura thing. Because remember how Sepultura used to always bring out the other bands and beat on fucking floor toms with them?
Yeah.
And get that tribal thing going. So it's kind of just a different take on that. But most people don't even know about that stuff because, nowadays, how many people know about Sepultura?
Yeah.
So.
Well, we do. We brought them up before.
Oh, yeah. No, I love Sepultura. Well, old Max Sepultura. I could say I haven't really listened to much without Max. But
yeah, before they kind of split up.
Then I went on Soulfly, yeah. So, yeah, that's the first thing was Clown.
And then one story that coincides with that is that Rockville Festival that I got is that they were going to stream that on a Twitch channel, the whole festival.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And
are they?
Yeah, yeah. So if you go on there, I guess you search for Rockville or Rockville Festival, and I think you got to pay. It's going to be paid, of course.
Oh,
but they got Metallica and Disturbed on there as well. That's like the big names.
Yeah, those are the headliners. Yeah,
but supposedly, it's all weekend long from 5 days. I think from the 11th to the 14th. They said.
Damn, so, I didn't know it was that long. Usually, those festivals are like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So, I just threw that one in because you were talking kind of about it right now. So, you went wrong.
Yeah, and that's the first show they had to miss. Yeah, I heard about the Twitch thing. I figured it was pay, so I haven't even bothered looking at it. You know what's cool is 1 year on Access TV, they had the Rocklahoma, and they had it live for that year. It was cool. Man, being able to watch a live 3-day concert, and every day it started at like 4 or 5 here, and you're watching the live acts. It was cool, man.
Yeah.
So,
moshing in your living room.
Yeah, watching your living room on your stereo, not have to wait in lines, not fucking having some fucking get some shitty spot, some fucking tall guys in front of you. Wait in lines to get your beer. Fuck that.
Have Rager flash you his titty.
Yeah, no,
Come on, Dad. What are you talking about?
So the next thing I got is former Killswitch Engage singer Howard Jones, now current singer of Light the Torch. He did a side project with YouTube sensation Jared Dines, guitar player. He's a sick ass guitar player. He's been working with a lot of different acts. He put out something before this with Matt Heafy from Trivium. But they have a new album coming out November 26th this month. And they have one single released now, and they put out 2 videos. So it's pretty good. I like it. If you're a Killswitch fan, I recommend checking it out. It's, Howard Jones being Howard Jones, and it sounds like old Killswitch, from the Heartache days. And yeah, they're good band. I don't know if it's a side project, if it's going to do anything other than this, but looking forward to some new music from them.
That's cool. I think I've seen that, but I don't know. It sounds familiar. There was a lot of news on there, but it wasn't so much rock. It was like kind of mixed like with hip hop and shit. So I didn't jot any of that down.
Yeah, this is metal. This is grindcore or metalcore. It's like I said. It sounds like old Killswitch.
Yeah, that's good music.
Yeah.
So, and then the next one I got is 41 years ago, Motorhead, Ace of Spades. So 41
years, huh?
Yeah, that was the other hard thing is because on these rock pages, there's a lot of articles about the 50 years, 30 years, and it's like, so it's kind of like, okay, whatever. Like you could tell, like they don't have nothing to say, so they, how long ago was that one? Okay, we'll make that a story. But I figure Motorhead is a good one to bring out.
No, yeah, because now Lemmy's gone, and
so it was November 8th, 1980. That's when they released Ace of Spades.
Yeah, 1980. I didn't even realize that it came out in 80.
Yeah.
I mean, you hear that song for years, but especially the era we came from, there was no internet. You couldn't just look up stuff.
No.
That's why I like a lot of these kids and stuff. They're just, it's all at your fingertips. And us old guys will go, oh, I like that band. I wonder what they're up to.
Yeah.
It's like, and Eddie Trunk will tell people, look on the internet. They have their webpage. Everything's up there now. You can just find it. It's all at your fingertips.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if that band's still around. Look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have that, so I didn't even know the year Ace of Spades came out. I mean, I was like 7, so I didn't even know Ace of Spades then.
Yeah, 80. That's a long fucking time ago. It doesn't seem that long, but it is.
Oh, wait, 80. I was 6. Yeah. Yeah. Running around Castro Valley, 6-year-old. And so was Cliff Burton, but I didn't know him because I was a 6-year-old.
He's running around in his fucking bell bottoms.
His bell bottoms in Marshall High School.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I want to go be able to do it over Thanksgiving weekend. Go over to they have like a little plaque there at his elementary school with his name and stuff. Take pictures or take video of it, and then I send to you, put it up on Instagram. Also, take a little video of ABC Music.
Oh, yeah.
He took lessons there from Steve Doherty. Same guy I took lessons from.
Yeah.
And then, and also out of there was there's a guitar teacher named Bob Marshall. He taught, what's his name? Bob Martin?
Jim Martin.
Jim Martin. I always get because Bob Marshall taught Jim Martin.
Yeah.
That always messes me up. From Faith No More, yeah. And if you go in there, Bob will show you, he loves to show you his gold record from Faith No More.
Yeah. That and Forbidden, right? He did Forbidden, one of the guitars.
Oh, that's right. You know what? I forget about that.
Yeah, because he had him on there, on his wall there.
That's right.
Yeah, we used to go in there and talk to him, remember?
Oh, yeah, dude. Every time you go in there and you just start talking to me, what's my gold record?
Yeah, he loved that thing.
4 times, man. All right. But yeah, I'll take a little video of that just for, people that are out there, and, we're lucky enough to have grown up here, so.
Well, you know what I should do too is when you came to visit that high school that's right down the street from me.
Yeah.
It's West Mesa. Well, that's where Randy Castillo went to school, the drummer, old drummer for Ozzy. And,
oh, really?
And the little performing arts building that they have, it says the Randy Castillo Performing Arts Building. I should go take a little video of the outside of the building.
Yeah, and just put it up on the Instagram. Do little short things to put up.
So yeah, I got some of that shit here too. So it's crazy.
Yeah, so got that coming then.
What do you got anything else?
Those are the 2 main stories. Everything else I was like, like you said, it's not metal related, or it's
because some of these I start reading and I was like, but they got like a catch, or other shit involved. So I was like, I want to do the other. So I only got 2 quick ones here. The last ones, Scorpions finally came out with that new song Peacemaker. They released it. So I checked out first I heard the song. And I looked up the song and I heard it. So, okay, it's a Scorpion song. It's good. It didn't disappoint. They didn't do anything weird, or like, wow, they don't even sound like them. They sounded like Scorpions.
Yeah.
And then the video popped up on my YouTube. So I was like, well, let me see the video. So, yeah, they got the video. They just look old. I mean, they're still dressed up like rockers, but they're like 70 years old. So it's like,
yeah,
they just, that's, I guess, kind of sad. I don't know how you look at it.
Well, it happens to us all. It's like, and that's their job. So what are you going to do? Not do your job?
Yeah. So that's good that they're still going. I just don't know why now they're waiting until fucking February to put out the fucking album. Like, get that shit going. Put it all out.
That or don't release it. Shouldn't have released it now.
Yeah. Yeah, if the album's not ready to go, just save it.
Well, I think the album's ready to go. I think probably because you figure, okay, when they're going to release it? In February, you said?
Yeah, and I think that's because that's when they're going to start their tour.
They're going to start the tour because the tour is going to start in spring probably.
Yeah.
So, and then everybody's hoping to be out of this fucking COVID shit. Everybody's sick of this shit.
Yeah.
And so all the bands are like, fucking 2022, come on. We got a tour. Fucking tours that, that you're starting to see it. Tour after tour after tour, 2022. So that's probably why they released it then. But I agree with you. I think why put out these songs so fucking unless you're going to drop 2 or 3.
Yeah, unless next month they're going to drop another one, and then January they drop,
and then release the album. So you drop 3 and then you release the album.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a bad idea because then you're keeping yourself in the news. You're being talked about, and then boom, here you go, and then do your tour. Especially because old people like us, they don't even know. I wonder what happened to Scorpions. Are they still around?
Well, there's this thing called the internet, and I looked it up.
Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta remember that. I gotta remember to go look on that internet.
Fucking funny. And then the last thing I got real quick is, okay, we already talk about them a lot, is Machine Head. They set to release their new album in the summer 2022. But they're taking the 3 songs that they started writing last year that they put out. That's going to be on the album. And then Rob promises a 10-minute epic song on there.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So,
Dude, enough with the fucking... If it's longer than... Nobody fucking has that attention span anymore. 10 fucking minutes? Yeah. Dude, I remember watching, I think it was That Metal Show, and Dave Mustaine was on there, and Eddie Trunk, they had CDs on there, and and I forget which Machine Head album was. And Dave, Machine Head, that's a good album, yeah. And he's like, yeah, it's like, it's only got, it was like 8 songs or he's like 7 songs.
Yeah.
Really? That album's hella long, really? He's like, yeah, there's not that many songs on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta, that's, whatever. I guess people out there like it. You know, I like Machine Head, but 10 minutes, you lost my attention. I'm somewhere else. I'm not that whole thing.
I'll be dead in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I only got 10 minutes left. Fuck.
Shit.
11 if I'm lucky.
But, yeah, that's all I got there for the news.
Actually, it's funny you mentioned Machine Head because I was going to say, they're the ones, too, like, oh, it's our 31st anniversary of this album.
Yeah.
It's 22nd anniversary of this album. 10 years on this album. It's like every other week. It's like, okay, Rob, back it down.
Yeah.
Back it down.
Yeah, because they just had an anniversary when they formed.
Yeah.
We talked about it, I think, like in September or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the forming of the band. Yeah,
because they were like 1991, I think it said. And then it's like, wait, Burn My Eyes didn't come out till 94.
94 is, finally done. But yeah, you form and then you got to start writing shit together.
Yeah.
And you go play shows and kind of gig it out and work out those songs. And then they'd probably record it, And that takes a while, that whole process.
Yeah.
Look how long it takes us to do one song.
I know, that's pathetic. Yeah, we shouldn't talk about that because it's taking us forever. But
yeah, but we have day jobs. Like, we don't do this for a living.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everybody does it. It takes the same time for everybody. But we don't have that, get up and go to work and write songs. That's your work. And then go home. Like when Systematic was doing their second album, I was unemployed. So I'd go down there in the day with my band. And they're Systematic across the hall from me. And they're working on their second album. And I'm talking to Adam. And he's like, yeah, we have like 30 songs. We're trying to get to like 40. And then we're going to pick like the 10 best songs and put on the album. I'm like, okay. But yeah, they go there in the daytime like they were going to work.
Yeah.
And work on songs and work on their stuff. And then go home in the evening and just, just a day job for them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, shit, if that's your job, that's a dream.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, and that's what makes this shit more sweeter when we finally get it out. It's like, damn, we got it.
Yeah. All the blood, sweat, and tears, basically. Not literally, but yeah, it's all the time. And then, you're trying to get stuff done. You're trying to write. You want it to come out good. And,
Yeah.
So we'll see. That's our next show. We're going to be releasing that and have our big Thanksgiving debut of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so this will be exciting. Because when we released the other one, we didn't have the podcast going yet. So
no, this is kind of an afterthought of yours, actually.
Yeah.
And I remember you mentioning, hey, why don't we do a podcast? I used to do podcasts back in the day.
Yeah. And
then we could do that and promote as we come up with stuff. And it's like, okay, let's see where it goes. Maybe we can get 2 people listening.
Yeah. Well, no, and then we would always talk about our stories. Like, I remember when that happened. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, this will all be good for a fucking podcast. Throw some of this shit out.
Yeah, because I was talking to my wife today, and I'm like, you know what? I was talking to telling her that I was talking to a friend the other day, and I remember a story about Winter Nam. And then I remember a story about, and these were all people like coming across rock stars and being in situations where you're meeting all these rock stars. Then there's a time when Bo Staff came down to the studio, and we'll talk about that one eventually. Yeah. And then I'm like, tell her, we're like the Forrest Gump of heavy metal. Jill and I, we've come across all these fucking rock stars, and there's going to be people out there. Bullshit. You guys are making fucking things up. You fucking this guy, and then you met that guy. Yeah, I mean, we're in the Bay Area. This is where thrash was born. Metallica left LA to come up here to do thrash. Yeah. Exodus, Testament, all those fucking thrash bands.
Yeah.
So we just happened to Machine Head. This is, and we're in metal violence. Yeah. The metal scene it's small. Like, I mean, we talked about that last week. And then, so you come across these people, you meet them, you're all kind of in the same circles. Where they weren't our best friends, but Yeah, these stories kind of make us look like Forrest Gump. We just keep being in these situations where.
Well, and we're telling the real thing. We're not saying like, oh, we met them and then we became the best of friends and they took us on tour and all that shit. No, we're just telling what happened,
Yeah, and it's like it can turn into that. Like it almost turned into that for me to go out with Systematic.
Yeah.
But I had to turn them down because our grandmother got cancer, and it's like I couldn't be on the road, and she died, and it's like they were going out with Godsmack and opening for Metallica. Yeah. I would have probably met James and Lars and all of them. And it's like whoa, and Steve got that same opportunity, but he took it.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say, Steve, because he used to come through town, and he'd call me like 2 days before. Hey, bitch, I'm coming through town. Come and see me. Yeah. But he'd give me tickets. Bring a buddy or whatever, and then come and see me. And the only thing with him is that short warning. Like, hey, bitch. Yeah, tomorrow night.
Because you don't know. Well, I guess they know ahead, but sometimes when you're teching, you might jump from band to band, so you don't know if you're going to be on that tour.
Yeah, on that leg of the tour and shit.
But it's funny because, we around the same time, Steve and I pretty much almost becoming guitar techs because I was unemployed. So it was like I didn't have a day job. I could go. I'm getting unemployment right now. I'll just go with you guys. Fuck it. Let's go see. I'll go tour the country for the summer, Yeah. Steve got a chance to do it. And he's told us some stories and he's, actually.
He even went to Europe and shit, huh?
Oh, he's toured the world. Yeah. South America, Europe, all over. Dubai. He's been all over the fucking place. He's toured with so many bands. And actually, our Turn It Up segment, he was, I'm going to have something about that there. And that's Steve's story.
Yeah, I forgot. We still got Turn It Up to do.
So that's going to lead right into Turn It Up.
Yeah. All right. But remember, we're doing questions first.
Yeah, no, we'll do that. So we're done on the news, right?
Yeah. So let's get into it.
Turn it up.
It's now time for Turn It Up.
Sorry, Jesus. All right. That's what you guys have all been waiting for right here. This is it. So this week is your turn, and you picked
Pantera.
Yeah, and
well,
let's get the questions out of the way first.
Yeah.
So, question number 1: What year did Pantera form?
1981.
Yeah. And then question number 2: What year did Anselmo get addicted to heroin?
Oh shit. See, when did Trendkill come out? I'll say, I'm just going to throw this out there, 96.
Close, 95.
Fuck, I was going to say 95.
I thought that would be a good question. I was like,
that is a pretty good question. But I know around the era because it was before Trendkill. Yeah. Because that was a whole thing with, he was having back problems, so he couldn't come out. He recorded most of his shit in New Orleans. Yeah. He didn't record that with the band.
Yeah.
So, and that was all the back problems. That was heroin.
And then in 96, he almost died of an overdose. So that might have been.
I think he technically did. Yeah. He was dead for 4 minutes. He had a Nicky Six.
Yeah, they're Eskimo buddies,
Him, Slash died up here in Oakland. They were playing San Francisco, and he OD'd in Oakland.
Did he wake up in a dumpster, too?
No, he didn't wake up in a dumpster. Hey, but Nicky Six's defense, that only happened half the times he died.
Yeah. Oh, shit. See, we think we got stories. That's some stories, right?
No, they get the real stories, yeah. Just read the fucking book, The Dirt, or even Slash's book. Dude, read any of their books. I love reading Rockstar books.
Yeah. And then, and then the last one. How many records did Pantera sell overall?
Oh, see, it's close to 20 million.
Yeah, 20 million.
Yeah,
or around 20 million.
What I read, they've put around 20 million. So yeah. So yeah, Pantera. I know this is like I said, mine are probably going to start becoming more 90s stuff. Yeah. because that's when I started going to clubs. Like I turned 18 in '92, so I did because Joe was older than me. He exposed me to a lot of stuff in the '80s that I probably wouldn't have even known about.
A fucking kid. I wish we had her we had a little fucking voice thing of her. That would be good.
That was inside for the rest of the people out there is whenever our mom would get mad and something was broken, she'd blame it on Joe and think it was Joe. A lot of times it was Joe. Sometimes it was me. She just thought it was Joe. Yeah. And she'd go, "Oh, fucking kid. What did he break now?"
I was a fucking kid.
Fucking kid. What the fuck did he break now? Ah, damn it.
But then what was funny is she would never confront me with the shit.
Oh, hell no.
You'd always hear about it, but I just hear fucking kid. I know. Yeah. All right, I just stay out of the way. Fuck it.
Yeah, you just stay out, and then you get confronted about it, so no, who cares? It's like, but at that point, we're both all grown anyway. So there's that point where your mom will spank you, and at least back in our era.
Well, she just chase us out of the house.
Chase you out of the house. I never got that far. I saw how far she was willing to go. She grabbed a broom. Yeah. She grabbed weapons. But, yeah, so that's the inside on that. But, yeah, so what the fuck was I at on Pantera? Oh.
No, you said I exposed you to a lot of shit.
Yeah, he exposed me to stuff in the 80s that I probably wouldn't have been exposed to. Well, that, and I did start watching music videos young, so I started catching stuff there, too. But you weren't going to catch bands like, Metallica, or although you weren't the one that exposed them, it was a friend of mine. Uh-huh. But yeah, it just made me like some music that as a kid I probably wouldn't have liked. But yeah, so we went over in the questions. They formed in 1981. They're out of Arlington, Texas. So, they're Cowboys fans, and then they're probably Rangers fans. Yeah. That's right, Diamond Vinny. We'll forgive you. Because Rangers are the enemies. We're the A's fans. We're Oakland, so. Division rivals. And so here's the thing, too. A lot of people don't know is they had 4 albums before Cowboys from Hell.
Yeah, because their big breakout was Cowboys from Hell. And that wasn't until the 90s. So it took them 10 years fucking.
That was their first major label release.
Yeah.
So their very first, and I'm going to go back and I've heard some of this stuff. You can catch it. It's all on YouTube. So you can get these albums and listen to them there. Yeah. Their first album was Metal Magic. It's, I was watching a documentary today and this guy's it's like this cheap drawing of some fucking cat. And they're like, what the hell is this with Thundercats on there and shit? And it's, it's kind of funny to look at. It's like, whatever. And they tried to bury this shit after they developed their sound. I mean, when you're young, you're just trying to keep in glam and all that shit was on the scene. That was the big thing. Yeah. So they were just following what was the times.
Dimebag was a big fucking Kiss fan. So,
oh yeah, he was fucking Ace Frehley. Loved Kiss. Now, first album had a lot of Kiss influence. I forget which album, and it very heavily influenced on Metal Magic. Yeah. And actually, at that time too, Dimebag wasn't called Dimebag. They called himself Diamond Daryl. But he was he was a teenager when they started this. Then the second album was Project in the Jungle. Third album, I Am the Night. And that was, all those albums were before Phil Anselmo.
Sounds like a Lionel Richie album, I Am the Night.
I know, I Am the Night. I'm not. And Terry Glaze was their singer for those albums. So this dude, it was definitely glam. They were totally glam at that point. And Selmo joins for the next album. This is the first album that Selmo's on. And this is power metal, which was a lot heavier. It was more like a Priest album. So they started to develop their sound, but they still didn't have their own sound.
They weren't the Cowboys yet.
They weren't the Cowboys from Hell yet. And of course, they definitely weren't Vulgar. By the time they got to Vulgar, that was when they blew up. 90s were in full swing. 80s bands with the fucking hair and makeup and spandex was fucking out the window because grunge was in. Yeah. And Pantera was flying the fucking thrash flag, but they had that heavy groove, and Vulgar just fucking blew them up. Everywhere they went, people loved it. So, and then the rest, everybody knows those albums. Those are all their major albums. Then when we were talking about Steve earlier, I was going to say is, well, he got offered by a friend of his. He asked him to fill in for a small tour with The Haunted. And so Steve said, sure, I'll take it. It's a paying gig. Go do some dates and then get paid and go home. So it was Damage Plan, The Haunted, and Shadows Fall. And they played November 2nd, 4th, and 6th. And then just shy of 1 month later, like that's when that little tour, that little jaunt ended. And like Steve was touring with Damage Plan, seeing Dimebag and Vinny and all those guys. And then they split ways, and Damage Plan was going to do a few more dates and then start in December, start heading back down south to Texas. And of course, we know what happened on December 8th. Dimebag was murdered on stage. Yeah, really sad. But yes, once again, Steve was there like shortly before that. It's kind of crazy how it works out because he could have been, on tours go. He could have been on that tour.
Yeah, he could have been right there. Because he was basically right there like a week or two there.
Yeah, a few weeks prior. Because I think they even had a couple more dates, but now Steve's not here to ask. Because I remember it being closer. Those were the main ones that are seen online. But I think they had some, sometimes when bands have like off dates, they'll go do other shows and just pick up some extra shows, pick up some extra money. Yeah. And those aren't the big promoted ones. And so they'll head out of the way and go up, a couple 100 miles and hit a couple shows. But so, yeah, it wasn't long after Steve and the Haunted had cut off in that tour that Dimebag was killed. And it's freaking sad to hear that. I mean, to be murdered on stage.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he was doing what he loved, but that was bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say that dude's name because fuck him. He doesn't deserve notoriety. Piece of garbage.
Well, I remember talking with Steve after that, and then he had told me that because he would hang out with Dime there on that tour, and Dime was letting him play his rig and shit, and he was showing him some shit. So I was like, damn, that's cool. He said, yeah, Dime was a real down-to-earth guy. He wasn't all rock starred out and shit.
Yeah, and people that know him and stuff, and you see this too in videos, like you see it on YouTube. We'll just hang out at a bar and fucking, hey, let me get up on there and jam with you guys. There'll be a band playing, and they're like, fuck it, Dimebag, here, you want to play my shit? And it's like just drinking beer with people and hanging out,
Yeah.
Just being a good dude all around, and it's like...
It's a good old boy.
Yeah. Well, nowadays when you say that, I was like, well, what do you mean? Hey, calm down, everybody. We're just a bunch of Mexicans, okay?
Yeah. Well, you are. You think you're better than me?
Oh, you think you're better than me? No, actually, technically, you're better than me because I can't get my fucking camera working. Or at least my camera was working, but the mic wasn't.
Fucking kid.
Yeah, well, fucking kid. Bet you Joey fucking broke it.
I broke it. I'm like 1,500 miles away.
You know what? It's...
Then my Pantera story, we went to the show. You were there. It was like when we went to that vampire show. There was a bunch of us in different cars.
Yeah. We always do that.
It was it was at the San Jose Civic.
State.
Yeah. Or San Jose State, yeah.
Yeah, it's always at the college they were always playing.
And that was a show I got kicked out of. Because I got
because you were drunk?
Heavily inebriated. But the fucking thing this is what the bad guy, this is the shit he used to do. We were drinking before the show and it was one of those multi-story garages, right?
In garages, yeah.
And so we were drinking in there before we walked into the show. So we were all drinking. And the car I was in, I forget which car I was riding with, But they told me, okay, we'll put the rest of the beer in the trunk so we can go to the show. So my drunk ass, I put the beer in the trunk, but I didn't shut the trunk all the way.
Yeah.
And I don't know why the fuck I did that, because I was planning to, be at the show the whole fucking time. So flash forward, we go into the show and shit, and then like that other show, we got separated at different times and shit. And so Pantera had just come on. They were there. They had just started. I don't remember even seeing much of the show, but I was wasted. So we got in the mosh pit, and then I did my stupid shit where I would go in the center of the mosh pit and sit out.
Yeah.
And so the bouncers or whatever that were, doing security at the club, they see me. At first they thought I like fainted or something. So they were all trying to help me up, and they took me to the backstage to like this little medic area where they were, people were like dehydrated or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they were trying, are you all right? They kept asking me. I was like, yeah, I'm fucking fine. Let me go back out to the show. And they're like, no, we can't let you go. So then I remember I started arguing with them. Well, one, because I was drunk. But then two, they weren't listening, right? Because I guess it was just a bunch of college kids that were helping out.
Yeah.
So they said, well, we need you to sign this. They wanted me, from what I remember, they wanted me to sign like a waiver to go back in. And I was like, no, fuck that.
Probably because you're drunk as fuck. So they're probably thinking, if he goes back in there and hurts himself, there could be a lawsuit. So, and you're probably like, I ain't signing shit.
Yeah, because my drunk ass was like, I ain't signing shit. What do you want me to sign my life? I ain't signing shit.
Trying to give you a sign away.
Yeah. So the next thing I remember is they were leading me through this other doorway, and I was like, well, what the fuck? Are we going back in or what the fuck? Yeah. They'll go, oh no, just give us a minute. They open up this door, and it was like an emergency exit door.
Yeah. and they
basically threw me out. And then they shut the door, and it's one of those doors with it was like a fire door. They didn't have no handle or nothing. Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? I can't get back in. So I was like, fuck.
What the fuck?
So, yeah, that was into the show for me. So, boom, it clicked in my head. Hey, I left the trunk open, so I can go back up there and wait for the guys, and I'll just be drinking. So, but I was so fucked up. I went back into the parking lot, and I forgot what level we were on. So... So I remember it took me a while. To me, it seemed like it took me hours, but it must have been, maybe 20 minutes or so to find the actual level. And so I was fucking around with that, and I almost sobered up just doing that because I was like, well, what the fuck? I know we were parked there.
You're fucking hiking the whole garage.
Yeah. So, then I finally found, there's the cars. And then, boom, then the trunk was open because I had left it, cracked. Yeah. And so I had the booze. So then you guys started coming back. And I was like, yeah, I got kicked out and all that. And I don't remember really what happened after, because by then I was fucking sloshed because I kept drinking while I was waiting for you guys.
Yeah.
But, that's my Pantera story. But why I left the trunk open, I don't know, because I had planned to go to the whole show with you guys. So it wasn't like I was planning to get kicked out and I'll come back.
But you're thinking, well, if you get separated, I know what your drunk mind. Well, if you get separated and I can always go back to the car and just drink while I wait. That's what it fucking was.
It must have been. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, it worked out in my favor there. But
this drunk moment was brought to you by Jeff.
See, I should be sponsored for that. All these drunk moments, I can make some big good commercials.
Yeah, we need to grow this fucking podcast. We can start doing liquor sponsors.
Even though I don't drink anymore, that's what's funny.
Yeah, but you just have a drunk moment. We'll have a drunk moment, and that's a commercial. This drunk moment was brought to you by.
Yeah.
Fill in the blank. So anybody out there want to sponsor this?
Yeah, we're up for it.
Oh, we're doing it. I'll fucking drink that shit. Well, Johnny Ringo, I'm your Huckleberry.
Yep. Oh, yeah, you still drink. Yeah, you could actually drink it, and I'll just tell my story.
Yeah, you tell the story I drink. I don't drink much, man. My tolerance has gone to poo. Yeah. I drink like 3-4 beers. That's it.
Well, you're not still as bad as Pops. Remember, he'd open a beer and keep it in there for fucking like 3 weeks.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. No.
And what's the point of that? Because by that time, it's all flat after like a week.
Yeah, no.
I never understood that. It's like, but
yeah, you just pour it out at that point. But Yeah, so that was our turn up for the week at Pantera.
Oh, there was one note I wanted to put on the like the biography of these guys.
Yeah,
I had, and I remember playing for you guys at the studio because I started getting into them. There's a band called Exhorder out of Louisiana.
Yeah, we should talk about that.
Yeah, and they were on one of my like metal compilations, and that's how I discovered them. I was like, oh, this band's pretty cool. And they sounded a lot like Pantera. I was like, damn, these guys sound like Pantera. I think that's why I liked them, because I was like, damn. Well, doing the research on Pantera to kind of catch up on, Pantera.
They're from New Orleans, just like Phil Anselmo.
Yeah, and supposedly they had sued at the beginning, or when Cowboys came out, they sued Pantera for taking their shit because they were accusing Pantera of stealing their sound. And, and they lost or whatever. But I was like, well, that's a trip because I had come across them and I kind of liked them. I was like, damn, they got like their sound.
Yeah.
And but I had never known that they had sued them and shit,
I never knew that. I didn't know that until probably about 10, 15 years ago. So this is well after, Pantera blew the fuck up.
Yeah.
I know for me, I got that Death Door compilation. I can't even pronounce it.
It was some kind of compilation. And they had different bands on there.
Deicide on there, Exhorder, all kinds of different death metal bands. Yeah. And I remember Exhorder, I think the song was Desecrator.
Yeah.
And it was one of the songs I loved on there. I'm like, well, this is a fucking good song, man.
Yeah.
This is fucking cool. Like the vocals are growly, but they weren't cookie.
Yeah.
So you could understand the guy. It was like, whoa, yo. And and it was a really good band. Well, I guess, Phil Anselmo looked up to that singer.
Yeah.
So when he went off to Texas to join Pantera, he kind of stole his style.
Yeah.
Because he was, and the reason they sued him too, because like power metal, like I said, he was still on that album, and Selma was still singing like Halford, like da 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 da.
Yeah,
that high pitched shit, and then of course Cowboys still had a little bit of high pitched shit. By Vulgar, boom, dropped that shit, and it was like polished. That's what Pantera was like, polished Exhorder.
Yeah.
The songs were better. The singing was about equivalent, but the music was just better. Yeah. Like, whoa, you're gonna sue somebody for doing it better? Like, if you initiated it, you influenced it, then fucking just, it's like Joe Rogan says in his podcast, just be undeniable. Yeah. Then they can't take shit from you. Yeah. But maybe they took flack for, you guys are fucking want to be Pantera clones. Fuck you.
Well, yeah. I mean, when I heard it, I like that song, and I remember playing it over and over. But I even said, it's got that Pantera sound. I like it. They did it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a trip when I was doing the research on here, and I came across it, and it said that they had sued them. I was like, wow. So they were saying they were the originals. But
and now it's a well-known fact. Like, people all over say that. Like, Anselmo, it kind of like took from that singer's persona. Because too, then he had the long hair and shit. Yeah. And the singer for Exhorder, he fucking buzzed his head, and he was fucking, and Solo just fucking took his whole persona, everything. Yeah. I'm gonna shave my head now, it makes me look tough, and then I'm fuck this singing high, I'm fucking, and now it's he just ripped him off. He's like, I'm gonna do that. Nobody fucking knows him. Fuck it.
Fuck those.
And I'm sure fucking initially, like, Diamond Vinny just didn't see it. They probably were like, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's not, we stopped wearing the magic clothes. like they say in interviews, we realize it wasn't these magic clothes that we wear will make us good. It's just get up there and fucking just be good.
Yeah.
Don't matter what you're wearing if you kick ass.
Yeah. Well, Metallica was saying that way back. Remember when I was telling you I went to the Day on the Green that year?
Yeah.
That's why I remember Hetfield up there. We're not up here wearing makeup and shit like these other guys.
Yeah.
And then until 10 years later, they were up there wearing makeup. But
we're not up here cutting our hair and wearing makeup.
Yeah.
You will be. Yeah. You will be. Who the hell's that guy? Fuck him. Yeah, fuck it, dude. I'm not gonna be cutting my hair, wearing no fucking makeup. Yeah, we ain't gonna be wearing no fucking makeup. Hey, what are you doing over there, Kirk?
Yeah.
Throwing some eyeliner.
Painting my nails.
Painting my nails. That's right.
He still does that shit, but he says he does that because his nails playing and shit. He rips the nails, and the nail polish holds them together. I don't know about that shit.
Bullshit.
I think we need to do an underwear check on that shit.
I think
he's wearing some fucking girly panties underneath there too.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but just own it. You know, hey,
yeah, you gotta do it, dude.
Yeah, I was looking through my iTunes. Yeah, at Death's Door.
Okay.
Ex-Hoarder, Desecrator.
Yeah.
That was it. There's Deicide on that.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Status. Deicide, Dead by Dawn. I love that one.
Yeah, Dead by Dawn.
Obituary's on there. Death is on there. Dead by Dawn. Dead by Dawn. I remember Jennifer one day. We had a really shitty day at work, and she's like, play something just. I want to hear the evilest shit you can put on. I'm like, okay. So I put on Deicide, Dead by Dawn. It sounds like fucking demons. And then she's like, play it again. I'm like, okay.
Ooh, shit.
Oh, we're going to go slam some beers, and I just want to listen to evil music.
You didn't influence her.
Well, when I met her, she liked Slipknot. I like Slipknot. And we were blasting Slipknot, the first album.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, I met my chica. If you can tolerate Slipknot, I think we're good. Even if we're not aligned with all music. I mean, who is?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's more of a pop punk girl. She likes like all the Jimmy World and all that shit. But what's the dude's, I don't know, Newfound Glory, that stuff. But she does like Slipknot. And most of the time we're driving around, we're listening to Metal Channel.
Yeah.
So... but yeah, good times. So Pantera, man, great fucking band.
Yeah,
good band. So you got anything else?
No, I think that's it. We covered everything.
I think we're good.
Just we have our next episode. We should have the song out, and we'll talk about it and play it and let you guys.
Yeah, play it because that we can play.
Yeah.
We know we're not going to sue ourselves.
Well,
and,
we could. You know that fucking kid.
Hey, I want my fucking 2 cents.
I want my $2. I want my
$2.
That fucking movie.
Yeah, what was that? Better Off Dead?
Yeah. John Cusack.
Why would people be throwing away a perfectly good white boy like that?
So... All right, check out the website, 2bros, the number 2brosmusic.com. And we're on Instagram at 2brosmusic. And until next time.
See you later.